Hey everybody. Hi. My name is John Wallen. I wanted to kind of go through some of the new features of ChatGPT Plus, and specifically the code generation system, and apply it to specifically a data set in our Data 6300 course, just to kind of show how revolutionary this is. So the first thing I want to talk about is that this is just a ChatGPT window over here, and you can see it, and you can see I'm logged in. To enable the thing I'm going to be showing you, you have to go into the beta features and turn on the code interpreter. And that's done here. And then I'm going to go to GPT 4. And if you notice, there's three options. There's plugins, there's default, and there's code interpreter. So I'm going to click on code interpreter here. And then the next thing that I want to do is to upload the data file that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to just hide this real quickly, make it a little bit bigger. And what I should be able to do is go ahead and upload a file. So I'm going to just grab this data file, the real estate data, and do that and say, we will be using this data file today for our work. And so I'm going to go ahead, and it's great, and it's going to actually take a quick look at it. It's going to load in everything into pandas, and it sees a whole bunch of data. So that's what I want to do with the set. So I'm going to go through the homework assignment that we've created for the set. It's already read it in. And I'm going to just go ahead and paste it in. So I'm going to just paste it into this. So this is, again, the first homework assignment for our Data 6300 course, just getting people familiar with how to write Python code. The thing that you're probably noticing is I'm not actually writing Python code. It's just doing things. So to show you, if I wanted to show the work, I could actually do that. This is what it's doing for different things. It's showing the different parts of what's going on. I can look at the code if I want to. But I don't need to, because it's actually doing a summary of the data as well. So it's doing more than just the data. It's actually summarizing the data. So we've done the first step of the assignment. It already figured out how to import things. So let me go down to the second step. Okay, we'll go to number 6. One of the things you have to do in Python is to drop different types of columns. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So we're going to just drop all these columns. How's that? Okay. So I just pasted it in from the assignment. And it's writing the Python code. We could actually take a look at the work if we want to, if we want to peek in. But again, we do not have to do that. It's doing it very well all by itself. And now it's 39 data frames. And I'm going to do the next thing, which is we're going to do this. Let me just start right there. Having a hard time cutting and pasting, which apparently is the hardest part of using this. So let me put that in. Okay, and what is the size of the data? Okay, it says it's 39 columns. Over here it says 38, and the reason for that is actually interesting. So if you look back, when I was reading it in, I was supposed to put an index column of 0 and a header of 0. So it didn't do that, so it added an extra line into it. So we've done the first step. So we're going to go to step 7a here, which is create a data block and to kind of print out things by neighborhood. So I'm going to go in and do that. I'm going to copy that. I'm just paste it in here. It's important to note that if I was not doing this with ChatGPT, I would have to be writing lots and lots of Python code to make this work. And here's actually doing a summary. And let's take a look at the table and let's see if that makes sense. Yeah, let's scroll up here. So that looks correct. Bloomington Heights and Bloomington Heights. That's a little bit weird. And then let me just ask the question. So we have a duplicate thing. We have a miscoding here, Bloomington Heights and Bloomington Heights. Let me just see if they can find it. So are there any values in this grouping, in the neighborhoods that might be duplicates that need to be merged? So I already know Bloomington Heights and Bloomington Heights. Yeah, so it figured it out. So yes, merge those. Please, oops, please merge them. Notice I keep correcting typos. It doesn't need me to correct typos. It figures out what my misspellings. It does not have to have perfect grammar. It's just doing the work. Okay, so we've gone through 7a. Oh, we got one more thing. And let's take a look. So it should be showing a code block, and yes. So again, it's actually summarizing the data. Here's makes sense that it's doing the right thing, so that's great. So the next thing we're going to do is go into 7b, and we'll do this. So it finished that bit. Yeah, so this looks pretty good. And so you can see here again, it looks like there's something. So I'm going to just ask, are there any, I don't know, any values in the dwelling type which might need to be merged because of coding errors in the data. Yes, please fix this. So again, it's actually, if you look at, that's the next step that we would be doing here. Well, this homework assignment's really easy. All right, so let me do this. Let's do a pivot table here. So we're going to make a pivot table of the land contour. And we'll see if this works. I'm going to just say, show me the table. I'm going to say, please. I think we should always be nice to AIs because they're going to be running things, fairly soon. So we should be polite to them. Awesome. So it's just displaying it in a nice way here so we can actually look at it. Yeah, let's do this bit. So I'm going to do it in two parts. We're going to just show the value counts for car garage and do this. So there's only a couple things that have more than more than three things. There's only a couple garages that have that. So we can just, do this. We're going to all right, so it's just finished working here. Yeah, 39 columns. And I guess we want to drop garage area because that's really not a necessary thing. It's kind of redundant. Okay, let's describe sales price. Again, there is Python code behind all this, obviously, and there's a specific thing about describing it and shows the max and mins and things, but it does a statistics description just fine. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and what we're doing is we're only looking at values, sales price values that are greater than 500,000. There's only 9 properties that are above $500,000 in this data set. And then we're going to just put this in here. We'll just paste all this in just to see what happens here. There's 9 properties, and here's the summary of the data. It actually shows the different things here. It did a little bit of abbreviation, but that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and put this in, and we want to do an ascending version of it so we can see what it looks like. See the most expensive stuff in the ascending version. It looks like it actually might have done that already. Okay, there's the sales prices, and we'll go ahead and go do this. And it's going to probably not like this because I'm saying it's 37 columns, and it's really 38 columns because of that indexing, that thing that we talked about earlier. Okay. So the indexing might be wrong here because it might actually be columns 1, 6, and 36, but let's go take a look. Let's look at columns 1, 6, and 36. Okay, well, cool. So, and I'm going to go ahead and paste this last bit in here. Cool. So we should have done all the filtering, and we can just save the data now. And just to put a cherry on the top, I'm going to say, please summarize the data so far, analysis so far, and the data itself. So this is writing up a report of the things we just did. I don't think I need assistance with anything else, so I'm going to say thank you. We are done. Oh, actually, let me do one other quick thing. Let's see. Can you save the Python code into a Jupyter notebook for me? I don't know if this will work or not. Oh, it doesn't have it. Oh, well. We can export the chat logs if we need to. So, okay, thank you. Always say thank you to your AIs. So the point I want to say is that I just went through a graduate homework assignment in roughly 15 minutes. I didn't know any Python. I didn't have to do any coding myself. It did everything. And also, not only did it do that, it analyzed and summarized the report for me. So if you look at this final report, it's a pretty good final report. This is better than what most students do. And we're in a situation right now where I think we have to really start thinking about what is the role of data scientists and what should we be training them to do. Normally, I'd be saying that the thing we want to do is to train them to become better at understanding data so they can tell the story. Well, it already tells the story for us. Now, I did do some guiding on what it needed to do, and I needed to know that. But I've had a lot of experience, and I also have a kind of a script to follow. So how do we train our students to have these high-level skills when the low-level skills have been completely automated? And the answer is I'm not sure. So I wanted to put this out there, and hopefully we'll get some way of discussing this. Thanks. Have a really great day, and see y'all soon. Bye.